Welcome back to planet Earth or wherever the hell you've been. Chad French, MidwestTerritory.com. Doing a quick review of WWE Crown Jewel as of right this second. It took place yesterday in Saudi Arabia. I'm sure a bunch of people make blood money jokes, but the place I'm currently standing in has committed as many atrocities as anybody else. I ain't gonna say shit. Who am I to talk to? Regardless, we're going to go through this pay-per-view real fast. As always, WWE spared no expense on fireworks, pyro, the set. It all looked fucking gorgeous. They spent the money. They spent more on fireworks than I will ever see in a lifetime if I were to be 2,000. So, yeah, they definitely do not play around. Michael Cole, Wade Barrett were on the call. Great job all night. Michael Cole, especially without Vince in his ears, doing amazing. Let's run down these matches real quick. Be perfectly honest, be transparent. I believe WWE to be liars as a rule. So they said the show was starting at noon, which in my head translated to it's going to be 1 because we're going to have to sit through an hour of bullshit. So I took off work at noon to go home, make some lunch, to sit down and watch the show. Turns out I missed the first match completely. So Lesnar and Lashley, I'm sure was fun. I'm sure it was two big meaty men, you know, the slapping meat thing. I'm sure that was what that was. I didn't get to see it. Brock won. There you go. Then the women's tag team championship match. The defending champions Asuka and Alexa Bliss taking on Damage Control. Alexa was the only one in the entire match that looked like her gear. She could wear her gear all the time. Everybody else looked like they just got off the fucking rack. Like they just didn't feel like spending the money. So big ups to Alexa for bringing the fashion girl. Slay, or whatever the fuck the kids say. Who cares? It was an alright match. It was fine. It was what it was. It wasn't bad. There were some iffy fucking strike deals, but it was what it was. Damage Control wins the belts back after Nikki Cross comes in and fucking interferes because she's crazy again. So you go from being crazy to not crazy to superhero, which is kind of crazy, back to being crazy again. So this circle is unbroken by and by. Next match, well, actually, let's go back. Right after that, the Paul brothers arrive, fresh off of beating 50-year-old men in whatever fake fighting they're doing. Oh, excuse me, boxing. That's what it's called. They show up in their limo. Cool. After that, it was the steel cage match with Drew McIntyre against Killer Cross. Killer Cross had old Scarlett with him, whatever. Even though it's a cage match, somehow a manager always has to get involved, even though it makes the babyface look like a fucking idiot every time. Same. Apparently, Drew was fighting a cold or flu or something. Match was kind of slowish at the beginning, picked up towards the end. They did the old, one person's getting on one side, one's getting on the other, and the babyface wins. Yay! Shit. So that's what happened there. Drew needed that. Cross kind of needed it, to be fair. They probably shouldn't have booked this entire feud, but here we are. After that, due to, wrestling logic, the Bloodline arrive. Old Byron in his pink jacket tries to get Roman to say some stuff, and he pisses Roman off, and Paul just kind of laughs at him. It is what it is with that. Byron's Byron. Then the 6-man tag with the OC against Judgment Day. So OC looks like shit. Judgment Day looks like they had to cheat to win again. I don't know if... I still don't know what we're doing with the Judgment Day overall. Rhea's the only one that looks like a goddamn star in that group at this point, and I love Finn Balor. Dominic's something. Priest is also a thing that exists. Gallows and Anderson, who gives a fuck? Nobody cares. But AJ probably deserves better. But yeah, I was kind of hoping for Beth to come out and interfere and maybe give the reason for Judgment Day to lose. That didn't happen. I'm sure they're waiting for that for some time when Beth's closer to home. But yeah, the Judgment Day win via Rhea Ripley shenanigans. Then the Battle of the Giants. You got Omos and Braun Strowman. Braun got zero fucking offense in until he got the win. It was an old Hulk Hogan match. minus the charisma. And probably minus the racism, to be fair. But it's bronze, I don't know. That's kind of iffy on him. But Ole Miss is starting to look a little better, so that's good news. Tag title match was up next. Usos had no fucking chance of losing this match, considering they were advertising their next defense during the match. Probably not a good sign for the Brutes. Pete Dunne took some moves and looked pretty good, and the fucking other guy looked great. Not a bad match. It was fine. Usos win with a 1D off the top. Last woman standing match. All kinds of innovative stuff they did. Everything was just a little off, a little bit. Not bad, but everything was just slightly off. But it was a fun match to watch, and they did a whole bunch of fucking Scooby-Doo traps and shit to each other to try to get the win. And most of them I hadn't seen before, which is good. Bayley needed that win, but I can see why they don't want Bianca to lose. But what are they doing Bayley now? I mean, I don't get that at all. So that was a good match. Bianca retains. The next thing we had up was Bray. Once again, give him his back speech. I don't know how long we're going to give the speech before. This is another situation where we need to get to the fireworks factory pretty soon. Uncle Howdy interrupted again and called him a liar again. You've seen this before, lately. Bray will do something cool soon, I'm sure. Huge pop still. He's over, but eventually, we've seen it. Let's do something else. Finally, your main event was Roman Reigns, your tribal chief, your head of the table, taking on Logan Paul, who I'm being told fights old guys that aren't good in other sports, and also has a YouTube show. But I'm an old man. I don't have to know this stuff. My kid knew who he was. He was very excited about it. Hi, Duke. I'm sure you'll watch this. Regardless, he was over. The match was over. Hell of a fucking match. Logan Paul, I've never seen him in a bad wrestling match as of yet. He's had 3, but they've all been fucking bangers, at least in WWE. I enjoyed that. Hell of a match, including the part everybody's talking about where he jumps off the top holding a goddamn cell phone. It was good. It had sweet buckshot lariat. Roman's just next level good. I don't know what they're going to end up doing with him, but amazing. But yeah, and then Roman walks out the winner after Jake Paul has to get involved in the bloodline, and they try to keep the young Usos from getting hurt. Sammy not being there was not optimal because the crowd seemed to really want Sammy there, and so who doesn't? But as far as the WWE show, it was fun. I mean, there was nothing that was so bad that I was like, ugh, or complain on the internet about it. I mean, I am, but I just didn't feel I had to. But yeah, I guess that's it. WWE Crown Jewel 2022. Not a bad night. I've seen worse. I mean, I've seen better, but a couple matches okay. At least from the last woman standing match and the main event were worth it. Like I said, I miss Lesnar and Lashley, but it is what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna start doing these for a while, except for a couple more things I'm gonna put on the website as far as writing. I'll write some stuff on occasion, but this is gonna be I do a lot of stuff from now on. But I appreciate you. It's Chad A. French on Twitter. MidwestTerritory.com is where you can see this review and a bunch of others. Please hit the subscribe button on the YouTube page. And yeah, that's it. Subscribe to YouTube. Chad A. French on Twitter. MidwestTerritory.com. I am out.